You think I'm crazy?
Guys, it's your girl Leslie. Today we're reading Human FNAF X Reader Chapter 8, Chapter 9, and Chapter 10. So we're going to read 3 chapters today because I really have time. I have like more time than I mostly have, but I have time. Yay! 3 chapters! Woohoo! Anyways, guys, tomorrow I'm going to show you guys what I am cosplaying for my school. So, yeah, guys, you guys get to see it. But I hope you enjoy that video tomorrow. But anyways, guys, after this video, I'm going to read Yandere. Yes, the Yandere book I was talking about. Yandere Creepypasta X Reader One Shot. Yes, I will read that. Just give me some time, guys. I can't make all my promises come true, but at least I can try. But anyways, guys, sorry that you hear music in the background. My mom's kind of playing a loud music in the background. Sorry, guys. I really can't find a quiet place because outside, to be really honest, it's really cold. And it's probably going to rain because I've seen the news and it says it's going to rain. You know, you don't always can believe in all the news, but I can tell that it's going to rain tomorrow, so. Kind of rained a little bit on my head while I was talking to my grandpa. But, like, anyways, let's get to the chapter. Chapter 8. Trouble PT 2. Leslie, who are they? A very angry brother stood. His brown hair a mess and his eyes wide with shock and terror. I didn't blame him. Seeing me with 4 boys and only 1 girl, I was about to explain before he jumped onto them. He grabbed Foxy first by his collar and threw him onto the coffee table. Bonnie was thrown against the wall, along with Freddy. It all happened so fast. I didn't know what to do. I just backed up against the wall. I didn't realize that words were flowing out of my mouth. Stop it, Angel. You're hurting them. Goldie teleported behind him and knocked him out with a broken chair leg. I didn't stop him. I just stared at Angel as he fell to the floor. Foxy, Bonnie, and Freddy got up and shook themselves off. They didn't seem really hurt by my brother's actions. At least Chica wasn't hurt. She stood next to the others and stared at Angel. I'm so sorry. My voice was hardly a whisper. I got up, my legs shaking underneath me. Leslie, who is this? Goldie's eyes were not the soft and gentle ocean eyes anymore. They were endless black pits with only a pupil to be seen. He's my brother, I stammered. Foxy nodded and slowly took you in his arms. Aye, lass, it isn't your fault. No need to worry. I nodded and hugged him back. My tears stained his chest. As I pulled away, I could see Bonnie, Goldie, and Freddy casting regretful glances at Foxy. Did they have something against him? I shrugged it off and bent down to my unconscious brother, wiping away my tears. I didn't realize Chica was coming back from the kitchen with a chair and a thick wire. Oh, I realized that what was happening and held on my hand. No, don't tie him down. I grabbed the wire from Chica and threw it on the floor. She cast a confused glance at me in return. Can we get someone to put him upstairs in my bedroom? At that moment, Chica's eyes lit up and picked Angel bridal style, carrying him upstairs. Everyone was unusually quiet as we cleaned up the apartment from Angel's outburst. As I finished, Chica hasn't still come back down. That's weird. Chica's been up there for quite some time, Freddie pointed out. I nodded. Do you mind checking up on her, Freddie? He nodded and dashed upstairs. I glanced at Foxy, then at Bonnie, then at Goldie. They were looking on the floor for some reason with guilty expressions on their faces. Guys, what's wrong? Bonnie looked up at you and was about to answer before a yell was heard from upstairs. Chica, what the hell are you doing? The four of us sprinted upstairs and burst through my brother's bedroom. Chica was kneeling on the floor beside Angel's bed, where he was still unconscious. Her eyes were wide as Freddie continued to scold her. Guys, relax. What happened? His eyes burning with rage. Bonnie snuck past Freddie and comforted the terrified Chica. The dumb duck here did something stupid. Freddie placed a hand on his forehead and let out a sigh. I'm sorry, Leslie. He put his hands on his hips and yelled, No, Freddie, you should apologize to Chica for you yelling at her like that. And not apologize. It is not acceptable. Freddie's ears angled toward the floor and he let out a whimper. I was shocked that he actually listened to me. He put his hands behind his back and slowly turned towards Chica. Chica stood up and puffed out her chest, trying to look strong. I held in a laugh. I'm sorry, Chica. She nodded at his apology and walked past him, flashing me an apologetic glance. I was confused. What did she do that made Freddie so mad? I shook it off. I turned over to my brother. Surely he should wake up soon. I started to worry. How am I going to explain my friends to him? He wouldn't even believe a word I say. Leslie, are you alright? Foxy snapped me out of my thoughts. Guys, sorry guys. I just keep messing up. I am super sorry. Guys, I know there's so much noise. I mean, hopefully you guys don't hear it, but I obviously can hear it. Hopefully you don't. Oh god, I feel so sorry for you guys. Anyways, guys, let me continue. I'm going to try to read this all correctly. I know I'm going to mess up a lot, but I'm going to try my best, okay? This was fan-made, remember, and let's just say I kind of, it's not my best reading, but I'm trying, guys. Anyways, continuing. I turned to him with a toothy grin. Yeah, I'm okay. I was just thinking. He nodded and walked out of the room and back downstairs and to the kitchen, followed by Freddie, Goldie, and Bonnie. I smiled and followed them. Hey, can we make something yummy? Like pizza? Chica asked, and I chuckled. Sure, why not? She jumped up in glee and started digging through the pantry looking for the ingredients. I got the flour! Chica held up the white bag and poured the right amount of it in a bowl. She sneezed as a small white cloud flew to her nose. I chuckled and got some water. While the boys got the other ingredients, I stood back as they chattered and made the pizza. They were really good at making pizza. I was impressed. Time skip. The pizza was done in 20 minutes. As we ate the pizza, Bonnie sat down beside me and held my hand. I blushed and looked at him. He too was blushing. Is this okay? Would Angel approve of this? Questions raced through my mind, and I found myself staring into Bonnie's amazing magenta eyes. I heard a throat clear, and Bonnie immediately let go of my hand. I turned to see Freddie giving him a glare, then giving me the sweetest smile. I blushed, and right at that moment, I wondered, could they like me? No, I was being ridiculous. Footsteps sounded upstairs, and I cast my friends in "I'll be right back" look. And I headed upstairs and saw Angel fixing up his hair in the bathroom. When he saw me, he stopped and looked at me. "Elsie, what did you bring people here?" I flinched under his gaze and looked at the ground. Yes, but... I held my hand and spoke again. "They're good people. Look, I know that you want to protect me, but I'm 18. I can take care of myself." Angel just looked at me and nodded, and slowly nodded. "All right, I want to meet them." As you led him downstairs, Freddie and Foxy were at each other's ears. They were fighting about who knows what, and I whistled, getting their attention. Angel's fists were clenched, although I knew he was trying to keep his cool. "So, Angel, this is Bonnie, Foxy, Goldie, Freddie, and Chica." I gestured to each one, and Angel just nodded in the greeting. Chica was frantically fixing her yellow dress and long hair, and her big purple eyes shooting glances at Angel. I chuckled. "Elsie, I want to talk to you." Your brother led you to the living room and closed the door. You sat on the gray carpet. Angel sat on the couch and looked down at you. "Leslie, how long have you known them?" I tipped my head to the side and remembered how many nights I spent with them. "Almost a week." Angel slowly nodded and sighed. Sorry, guys. I think I messed up, but I really am not. So sorry, guys. Continuing. "Leslie, you only knew them for about a week. How do you know you can trust them?" I knew the perfect response to this. "I have that feeling that I can trust them." "Do you ever get that feeling?" He shook his head. "Of course he doesn't. He's too strict and mean. I don't expect him to make new friends anytime soon." "They have to leave." I stared at him in shock. "No, they can't," I begged him. "Leslie, they have funky hair colors and animal ears. And come to think of it, they look like those animatronics from that old pizzeria we used to go to." Once he said that, I blurted it out. They are the animatronics." Angel just stared at me like I was growing a second head. "Leslie, you need rest." I furrowed my eyebrows and snapped back at him. "I'll show you. I'm not fucking crazy, and I know it." I took his hand and led him through the doors into the kitchen. "No swearing, Leslie. We've been through that before." I ignored him and placed him in front of the animatronics. Let me stop myself from reading this because I know I'm probably gonna get a little bit upset, guys. I know, like, I'm kind of a little bit triggered. Like, I hate when people don't believe me and stuff. I hate it. I hate it. Obviously, I hate it. But, you know, whenever you prove them wrong, you can just be like, "Ha ha, I told you," or like something like that, you know? Appropriate or inappropriate. Anyways, guys, continuing. I ignored him and placed him in front of the animatronics, and I crossed my arms. Do your magical shit, guys. I put on a proud smile as I said that, ignoring the scolding. Sorry, guys, this is kind of funny to me. Ignoring the scolding Angel gave me for swearing again. The animatronics looked confused for a second, but then transformed into their animatronic forms. Angel stumbled back and stared at them with wide brown eyes. I laughed and turned to him. Believe me now, Angel? He nodded vigorously, and the animatronics went back to their human forms. Freddy stood beside me. Angel stiffened and clenched his fist. Angel, we promise to protect your sister with our lives, and we will never hurt her, right, guys? He turned to the others, and they nodded. Chica walked over to me and draped her arm over my shoulder. We'll protect her, don't worry. I smiled at her, and she winked at... Oh, guys, let me stop. This might be a little bit of flirting. I'm not really sure, but this is kind of flirting. But yeah. Anyways, continuing. Sorry I stopped it so much. Anyways, continuing. I smiled at her, and she winked at Angel. He smiled a little, and she blushed. Wait, Angel, weren't you supposed to be gone for a couple of weeks? He looked down when you asked, but answered anyways. I went to all of the interviews, but didn't get the job for any of them. I frowned and gave him a hug. He hugged back and ruffled my hair. Well, Leslie, I have to go. I'll see you later. He waved at everyone and said goodbye. I turned back to the animatronics when he left. He seems nice, Goldie said after 30 seconds of silence. I laughed and let out a small yawn with an unexpected squeak. Foxy tipped his head to one side and let out an aww. I laughed. Okay, guys, it's really late, so we gotta get to bed. Where are we going to sleep? Freddy asked. I'll show you. I brought Chica to my brother's room and Freddy to the guest room. There were no more rooms in the house. Do you guys mind sleeping on the couch? I'll bring pillows and blankets to make it more comfortable. They nodded, and I led them each to a separate couch with extra pillows and blankets. Thanks, lass, for, all of this. I smiled. It's no problem, Foxy. It's the least thing I can do. Foxy smiled and stared at my brown eyes. I stared back at his beautiful gold ones. Morning, guys. This is gonna be a little smooch. I hope you don't mind that. I know I don't make warnings like that, but I kind of read it ahead a little bit, so yeah, okay. It's gonna be awkward, so yeah. Anyways, continuing. Foxy slowly leaned in and placed his lips on mine. I was in utter shock at first, but soon kissed back. We both pulled away for air and smiled. Good night, Foxy, I whispered, taking one last look at the fox before heading upstairs. A big smile still on my face. Chapter 9. Okay, this is gonna take so much. Anyways, Chapter 9. During the animatronics' stay here, I grew closer to them each passing day. I realized that they were the best friends that anyone could ask for, maybe even more than friends. Angel came back from time to time and started to scold me when he saw the animatronics. I always ignored him, but he too started to see animatronics are really good friends after a while, especially Chica. I explained to him the animatronic's secret, and he took it better than I thought. He finally allowed them to stay. I guess you could say I'm pretty persuasive. Huh. We played games and went to places, but every time we went out to a restaurant, they were kind of sad. I should have known that they would miss their old pizzeria. I finally received my paycheck a few days ago, and we had a party. It was great, but today was the day that I will never forget. I woke up and got myself ready for the day. I took a shower, brushed my teeth, and did my hair. I decided that today we would go to the park and get some ice cream. I went downstairs to the kitchen and froze. All of the boys were shirtless, exposing their bare skin and their tough muscles. Guys, before I continue, holy cow! Wouldn't that be awkward, huh? It's going to be a long ass chapter. Sorry, guys. I sometimes, I just overreact. So I'm like, oh, I feel bad for this girl, some stuff like that. Anyways, continuing. Each one of them was very muscular. Leslie! Bonnie had his hands on my shoulders and was shaking me. I snapped out of my face and looked at him, letting out a nervous gulp. He chuckled and went back to doing whatever he was doing. Then I noticed they were making toast, bacon, and eggs. I licked my lips hungrily and sat down at the table, waiting for them to finish. Here you go, precious. Goldie put a plate of bacon and toast and eggs. Guys, pause. Imagine that, dude. Plate with bacon, toast, and eggs. Dude, I wish I had bacon for breakfast all the time, but I don't. I'm so jealous right now. She has the best meal. I mean, guys, I do eat breakfast, but dang, I'd rather eat that kind of breakfast. Dang. I'm really jealous right now. Girl, you are lucky. But anyways, guys, continuing. Oh, and alongside with a side of fruit. I blushed at the nickname, and he gave me a nod. Gave me a nickname he gave me, and nodded thanks. And I nodded thanks. As soon as I started to eat, the others joined me with plates full of breakfast too. We talked and talked until we were finished with our breakfast. As I was putting the dishes in the sink, Foxy and Freddy were in an arm wrestling match. Their muscles flexed under their bare skin, and my eyes widened. They were so muscular. Oh my god, this girl. I'm laughing so hard. This is funny. Dang, girl. You could daydream about this all day. Damn. I can't even do that. I would be very awkward. I don't know where the heck Chica is, but I don't know. Anyways, continuing. Are you ready? Foxy challenged. His golden eyes narrowed. Freddy just grunted in response, his abs flexing. Bonnie lined up their elbows on the table and put his hand on top of theirs. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! When Bonnie shouted go, he took his hand off of theirs. Foxy and Freddy began to wrestle. It felt like it was going forever. Freddy almost won at one point in the match, but Foxy quickly stepped his game up. After 5 minutes, they both let go of each other and sat back, panting. Neither of them had won. I clapped and cheered for them, giving them both a hug and a kiss on their cheek. Bonnie frowned, while Goldie clenched his fist. Bonnie glanced at Foxy and gave him a shove. Foxy stood up, sizing him up. They were both the same height. I think Foxy was trying to look taller. Yeah, you want to go, buddy boy? Buddy boy? I could tell Foxy was trying to hold in his laughter with a smile and a smile. Bonnie noticed it too. Oh, you think it's funny, redhead? Foxy bared his teeth and I laughed. Alright, you two should have a match. You two should have a match, I announced, and they both nodded. I sat them down and put a hand on theirs. Okay, ready, set, go. Their muscles rippled as Foxy and Bonnie wrestled. I cheered for both while Chico was watching with interest, feasting on pizza and cupcakes I bought from the store yesterday. Freddie cheered on for Foxy, while Goldie cheered on for Bonnie. As the match neared the end, Foxy put all his power and slammed Bonnie's arm on the surface. Foxy won! Chica exclaimed, her voice muffled by a pink cupcake. I giggled and rested my hands on Bonnie's back. I could feel the muscles moving underneath. Hey, it's okay. You did your best, and that's enough. Bonnie looked up at me with a big, sad, magenta eyes, nodding. I smiled and gave him a kiss on the cheek. His cheeks became shaded with red, and his bunny ears shot up. I giggled. Well, I walked over to Foxy and planted a kiss on his head. He laughed. Ha ha. Tis was all for ye. Leslie, I blushed at his comment and ruffled his red hair. Well, guys, you better put your shirts back on because we're going to the park, I announced. Chica squealed with delight. I laughed. Okay, Chica, it's girls' time. I led her upstairs and to my closet. She looked at me and I gave her a small nod. She immediately began digging through my clothes, eventually pulling out a small pink lace shirt with a pair of ripped jeans. Leslie, can I wear these? I nodded and she rushed to the bathroom to change. I started to dig through my clothes and I pulled out a stripped black and white shirt with a pair of shorts along with white Converse. As I finished putting on my clothes, Chica came in. She fit perfectly in my clothes and was rocking the outfit. Chica, you look great. No, stunning. Chica blushed and hugged me. Thanks, Leslie. I smiled and led her to my jewelry box. Here, put this on. It'll look cute. I handed her a golden necklace with a leaf charm. Little leaf charm. Leslie, thank you so much. She touched the leaf. Tears welled up her eyes as they silently fell down. I wiped them and cupped her face in my hands. Chica, what's wrong? She looked up and wiped her tears. I never knew that someone as perfect and as kind as you would expect us. I mean, you accept us for who we are, and no one has ever done that for us. I smiled and gave her a hug. I won't leave you guys. I promise. She nodded and slightly giggled. Come on, let's do our hair. I led her to the bathroom and pulled out a curler. As I finished curling up her long blonde hair, she slightly touched it. It's beautiful, Leslie. I laughed and did my own hair into a ponytail. Hey guys, are you ready? I called in. Foxy, Bonnie, Freddie, and Goldie came from the living room. I found out their clothing. It looked dirty and wrinkly. I'll get you guys proper clothing. I ran upstairs and got 4 shirts with 4 pairs of pants from my brother's room. I went back down and handed them each each a pair. They were all wearing dress shirts with black pants. Freddie had a blue shirt, Goldie had a black shirt, Foxy had a red shirt, and Bonnie had a white shirt. Alright, let's go. We arrived and got out the car. I brought a soccer ball along with us. We spent the day playing soccer and just hanging out. We got some sandwiches and ice cream for lunch. As we were talking about food, I received a message from an unknown number. I opened the message and read it. Hey, Satan's child, I want to see you again. Meet me at the old ice cream shop. You know what I'm talking about. I was puzzled. Who is this and why are they... Then it hit me. My childhood bully who used to call me Satan's child over and over again. And I would cover my ears and cry in the bathroom. The others must have noticed my uneasiness because they asked me what's wrong. I showed them the text and explained to them who might it be. They became very serious and was convincing me to not meet up with this person. Why though? Someone couldn't hurt me again for all those years of torment. Because you might get hurt, Goldie responded, and the others nodded, and I scoffed. Guys, it can't be that bad. I'll just go and check it out. If anything happens, I'll call you, okay? They looked at each other, reading each other's minds. Then eventually nodded. I'm heading over to Benny's ice cream shop. You guys stay here. I walked there instead of taking my car. It was right across the park, so it didn't take long. I opened the door and walked in. I sat down. A waitress came up to me, asking for my order. I told her that I'm waiting for someone, and she walked off. Right there when the waitress disappeared, the counter, a hand slammed on my table. I looked to see a blonde-haired girl with blue eyes. I was frightened. There were very few people in the ice cream shop. Only 2 people. I managed to crack a smile. She did too, an evil smile. This was the person that tormented me for years. This was the person who brought me down. The person that almost killed me using a pocket knife. This was the person that almost ruined my life. Hey, Satan's child, ready to play? Okay, guys. I know this is... Guys, just to let you know, if you're in bullying, don't, please don't be in shame and believe that what they're saying is true. Because, guys, you guys are awesome. You are amazing and you're beautiful just the way you are. And I don't want you guys to change that just because some other person said that they're ugly, that you're ugly or something. Because they're liars. You are not their mirror. Don't act like you're their mirror, okay? Don't let them bring you down, okay? And if you want someone to talk to, girl, you have me. You have me and you have your friends and family to talk to. Or a counselor. Which I'm not ashamed to say I do have one. Really fun to hang out with. Anyways, guys. Please do not harm yourself also. This is going to be bullying, but a little bit. I can tell, but it's okay. It's gonna end really pretty well. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be pretty gory. Yep, it's gonna be pretty gory. So, yeah, guys. Anyways, chapter 10. I slightly narrowed my eyes. Tiffany, I thought. Please do not call me that. It's nice to see you too, Tiffany. I spat out her name like poison. She noticed this and grabbed me by my collar of my shirt. I gritted my teeth and looked at her straight in the eye. I was bloodthirsty now. She threw me down on the floor and clicked her tongue. The 2 hoodied people nodded. They were also in the ice cream shop. I got up and stood right beside her, smiling. Well. If it isn't little Leslie, one of them said. I immediately recognized them. Brian and Chase. I got up and brushed myself off and was kicked in the chin. Before I hit the floor, Brian and Chase grabbed my arms and lifted me up. Tiffany covered my mouth and led me towards the door. "Miss, are you all right?" Before the waitress before called out. I was about to say something, but Tiffany pressed her hand to my mouth harder and responded, "It's fine. She's just really tired from last night. Got her covered." Tiffany faked a toothy smile, and the waitress just nodded, heading back behind the counter. They opened the door and led me to the alleyway behind the ice cream shop and threw me on the floor. I grunted and looked up at them with wide eyes. My eyes widened even more, to the size of the moon, as I saw they grabbed pipes and held them up threateningly. I closed my eyes and braced for the impact. "If you mess with her, you mess with me." A familiar voice broke through my thoughts, and I saw Goldie teleported between them and the little gang. My smile stretched from ear to ear as they backed up slowly. When there's one of us, there is all of us. I looked behind Tiffany and saw the rest of the gang. Freddie smirked and tapped Tiffany on the shoulder, and she spun around and pointed up the pipe at Freddie. He laughed. "You better put that down and leave my flower here alone before it gets out of hand." Tiffany laughed at his words. "Who do you think you are?" She paused and stared at his ears and laughed at even more. "This little Teddy's gonna save you, devil." Tiffany cast a glance on me. Wrong choice. Freddie raised his fist and punched her in the face. Foxy and Bonnie tackled Chase and Brian. Chica came to my aid and got up and quickly got to my feet. I nodded thanks to her and jogged over to where Freddie was doing little damage to Tiffany. Guys, give me a second because I think someone's about to get kicked. If you guys know what I mean like someone's gotta beat someone's rear end, like, hopefully, because I want to see some real damage get done to this Tiffany girl in the story. Anyways, continuing. "Freddie, stop. She's mine." Freddie looked at you with a surprised look, but dropped her to the ground anyways. Tiffany got to her feet with ease and wiped her bloody nose. I got a quick scan and noticed that she was only injured on her nose. I shook my head and lunged at her. I grabbed a handful of blonde and slammed her head in a brick wall. She screamed. I smirked and did it again, and again. Her screams became my entertainment as I let her go of her hair, and she fell on the floor, crying. Her blood stained the pavement and her unnaturally blonde hair. "I like playing with you, devil," I sneered, and she shakily got to her knees. I walked over her and kicked her in the stomach. She stumbled over in pain. I chuckled and kicked her again and again and again. I didn't expect this, but okay. Okay, this is gonna be a lot gorier, so I'm just gonna say that right now, probably. Anyways, continuing. I know I say continue a lot. It's just, I don't know what else to say, but yeah. We're gonna hear continue a lot. Her screams became louder, and her tears were starting to wash away the blood that stained her face. I kicked her head. I was about to kick again, before a hand grabbed my arm. I snapped my head around and was about to punch the person. I realized it was Foxy. He stared at me like I was a murderer. His golden gaze, wide eyes, and piercing through my brown eyes. I glanced back at Tiffany, and gasped. Her face was flowing with blood, and her nose was at an unnaturally angle. along with her jaw too. I fell onto the floor, my head buried in my hands. Yes, I wanted revenge, but I didn't want it like this. I almost killed someone. The others came along and said comforting words, but that didn't help at all. Chase and Brian were slowly getting up to their feet. There were only major injuries on them, unlike Tiffany. I watched them as they shuffled closer to Tiffany and carrying her to who knows where. I glanced and saw them with stained blood. I looked down at myself. It looked like I was swimming in blood. It was all the way to my feet, to my head. I silently sobbed and was taken by the arms of Bonnie. I sobbed on his shoulder. I stopped and wiped my tears away. We better go. It's late, Chica said, and I nodded. We walked back to the car in silence. We made sure that no one saw us. We drove back in silence. Not a word was spoken. As we quickly and quietly slipped into my apartment, I ran upstairs and changed into clean clothes. While I handed the others clean clothes ones and put theirs in the washer, I sat across the floor from the washer. Footsteps were heard, and I turned to see Foxy. His russet fox ears were down, and his hands were behind his back. I smiled and patted the floor. He smiled and sat down, without a word. I broke the silence. It was all my fault. I looked down, and stray tears found their way down my cheeks. Foxy hesitantly put his arm around my shoulder, wiping my tears away with his other hand. He lifted my face and stared right into my brown eyes. Leslie, none of this is your fault. It was those bastards that hurt you. You didn't do anything wrong. And remember something, Leslie. We know what you are going through. So don't ever think that you're alone in any situation, okay? His comforting words put a smile on your face, and you hugged his side. A sigh escaped your lips, and as you lifted your head to meet his, unexpectedly, his lips met yours as you pulled into a deep kiss. As you recovered from the shock, you kissed back. The kiss was passionate and full of nothing but love. He pulled away and slowly looked down and smiling. I love you, Leslie. I love you too, Foxy. You gazed into each other's eyes and was about to kiss again before a voice interrupted. Hey, Leslie, Chica wants to... Goldie's voice trailed off as he saw you and Foxy wrapped arms around each other. You little mutt, she's mine! I blushed as Goldie said you were his. Goldie pulled Foxy away from you and shoved him roughly into a wall. Foxy winked at you before shoving Goldie away and tackling him. They tumbled out of the room, and Goldie quickly regained control. He shoved the pirate down the stairs as he laughed as Foxy landed with an oof. I laughed and peered down to make sure he was okay. Goldie ran down the stairs, and they both started to fight again, but playfully. I smiled and decided to take a shower after a long and hard day. Okay, guys. I read all the way to chapter 10. This video is going to take so long to update. I know that now. Dang. I read it almost for almost an hour. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. I hope you are still enjoying this book. I will try to find Jeff the Killer, but Blood lost. I will try. I promise I will. But if I can't find it, I'm going to have to give you the big, horrible news. Hopefully I don't. I swear if I have to, I'm going to be so mad. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye and peace.